I was having lunch with one of my students a while back, and he asked me a question that I get asked by struggling marketers all the time. I just don't know where to go from here, he said. I've wasted thousands on every generate more leads and build your business online, training course, automated softwares and systems, marketing expenses, traffic, you name it. It just seems like no matter how many different things I try online, nothing is ever going to work for me. And then he turned to me and said, knowing what you know now, what would you do if you had to start over from scratch today? I've been asked this question I don't know how many times, but this time the question hit me like never before. You see, in the past, I've always had a hard time answering this question. Mainly, I think it was because until recently I hadn't really ever taken the time to examine what it was that I did to get where I am today. I've just always been too busy looking forward to take the time to look back. But for the last few months, I've been putting the finishing touches on my latest system. Only this time, I've been determined to have this system give you everything that you'll need to get to exactly where I am. And in order to make certain that that happens, I've spent quite a bit of time looking back, mapping out the exact process that I followed, the stuff that I learned, the sites and systems that I created, and the success and failures that I've experienced. Contrary to what most people expect to happen to them, I wasn't just sitting around one day watching TV and mysteriously had more than 550,000 leads and a downline of 31,000 people in 176 countries and a pile of $1.5 million worth of cash fall into my lap. It was a process of education, a process of trial and error and experience and growth. A process which I hope to be able to help you see clearly in this video and accomplish when you use my next system. So what would I do if I had to start over from scratch today? Believe it or not, on a fundamental level, I would do exactly what I did 7 years ago. But of course, knowing what I know now, I would do it a lot smarter than I did back then. That'll make a lot more sense in a minute when you see what I did back then. Based on what I've been through, the most important thing for you to do as soon as you can is to create and market your own product. Start generating your own leads, not leads for some other affiliate, but your own. Start marketing yourself instead of some other guru or system. As quickly as you can, what it ultimately comes down to is you need to become the guru. And if you really want to make it big, like all the other major players in the industry, you'll eventually want to put together your own system so that you can get other people to market you as the guru as well. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely time and a place for marketing some other guru's products or system as an affiliate. When I got started, I used another guru's product as a stepping stone towards putting together my first product and system. You see, in order to create your first product, you first have got to have a story. And for your first system or product, I would say that it doesn't even need to be a very good story. That's where the marketing of other gurus' products or systems can come in. You can use them to create your own story. When you're just getting started, you can do what I did. Just borrow the story of the guru whose product you are trying to sell. You're going to want to set up your own capture pages so that you can generate leads for yourself. And then just talk about the secrets that you learned from your mentor that have dramatically improved your business. The mentor being the guru whose product you're promoting. Doing it this way, instead of just sending them directly to the guru's page, means that you get to capture the leads for yourself and then still pass them off to the guru's product so that you can make a little bit of cash. Doing this will allow you to begin to create your own story. Once you've generated your own leads, even just a few leads, and earned some commissions, I'm saying any commissions at all, you will have accomplished something that 99% of the people who will find your page have never done. You will have been paid to generate leads online before ever recruiting a single person into your business or selling any of your product. This, and this alone, can set you apart as a guru who knows how to do something that your new prospects don't know and will gladly pay you to show them how to do it. So take that, add in some of your own personality and flair, and any other valuable insights or information you gain from the experience, and use it to put together a simple product that tells your new story. Then you'll just swap out the Guru sales page with your own, and boom, now you're making 100% of the product sale instead of just the 30 to 50% that you were making from the Guru's commissions. For some added cash, still reference the mentor, the Guru, and tell your new prospects to go pick up the other Guru's product as well. One of the biggest benefits of having your own product instead of just marketing someone else's is that you will control the money and have the ability to leverage it again and again more quickly. You'll be able to get your cash back and spend it again on more advertising daily instead of waiting 30 to 45 days for the other guru to pay out commissions before you can use the cash again. This is huge if you really understand it. For example, let's say that you have a $100 budget for Facebook PPC ads. Assuming that you average 20 leads and a $20 sale for every $20 you spend on advertising, which is actually pretty easy once you get things rolling, if you are selling the Guru's product instead of your own, you'll only get at best 50% generally of that $20 back, and you won't usually see a dime of that for 30 to 45 days. If you're selling your own product, however, you'll get the full $20 and you'll have it back in your account and ready to use again once it has cleared your merchant count in just a couple of days. So let's do the math to illustrate the power of having your own product. If you set your budget at $20 per day for advertising, that will give you 5 days worth of marketing for your $100. With the Guru's product, you'll get your 100 leads. Sweet, but that's it, right? Now you're stuck waiting 30 or so days to get back only $50 in commissions before you can apply any of it towards advertising again. So for a 30 to 45 day total, you'll have 100 leads and $50 in commissions that you'll see sometime in 30 to 45 days. Now apply that same $100 towards your own product. Day one, you spend 20 bucks, you get 20 leads and $20 of cash that will clear your merchant account on day 4. Day 2, another 20 bucks in ads, another 20 leads and $20 in cash that will clear your merchant account on day 5. Day 3, $20 again, 20 leads and $20 in cash that will clear your account on day 6. Day 4, $20, 20 leads, $20 in cash that clears your account on day 7. Day 5, the same thing, cash clearing your account on day 8. So in the same 5 days, you have generated the same 100 leads, and you already have $40 back in your account that you can spend on more advertising, and another $60 that will come in a couple of days. If you take it to the next level and compound your advertising dollars, then on day 4 and 5, instead of just buying $20 of ads, you can take the $20 that you got from day 1 and 2 and add it in so that on day 4 and 5 you're getting $40, 40 leads, and $40 more back that will clear your merchant account on day 7 and 8. If you continue to turn your money back into advertising daily for 31 days, you will be able to leverage your $100 10 full times. That'll total 1,000 leads and $20 to $40 in advertising cash coming back to you that you can spend again every single day. So which would you rather have after 31 days? 100 leads and $50 that you'll see at some point later? Or 1,000 leads and a rolling advertising budget now of $20 to $40 a day that continues to churn out massive amounts of leads and cash flow for you every day? The same scenario also applies on an even greater scale when you compare your own product to trying to directly market your primary opportunity. Unless you have an opportunity that pays you big commissions up front daily, you'll generally be stuck earning commissions as low as 10 to 20%, and again, you'll have to wait up to 45 days or more to see any of it. Once you understand all this, it becomes very clear that in order to take your business to the next level, it is crucial that you create your own product and begin to market yourself instead of your primary opportunity or any other guru or affiliate products. And believe it or not, creating your own products and even your own system is a lot easier than you think. Okay, I get it. With about 1,000 new Build Your Business Online courses and systems coming online just about every day, all telling you slightly different things, it's easy to see how quickly someone who's just getting started can overcomplicate things and get overwhelmed. One of the most important things that I can tell you today is to do what I did. Pick one thing from someone who has really done it, really been successful on a large scale, and focus only on that until you have a breakthrough. For me, it was a copy of Mike Dillard's Magnetic Sponsoring book. Now, if you don't have that yet, you're going to want to go get it. I took that book and did exactly what he said to do, and exactly what I've already told you to do. My first product was actually a system on a very, very basic level. I got a copy of some HTML pages of a site that one of my friends had built, and knowing nothing about HTML or coding, started to figure it all out on my own. I taught myself HTML, I teach my students how to do it, and continue to learn how to do more and new stuff every single day by simply breaking it, figuring out what I did wrong, and then fixing it. But, of course, that's a topic for another day. I don't want to get into teaching HTML. After a few weeks of struggling through it, I finally completed my capture pages that I put up on a site and called it the Score at Will and Network Marketing System. Here's a screenshot of the original Score at Will site. And you check out how awful this page is. I mean, look at the logo that I've got up there. It has a golf ball in it. Why? I don't even know if I could tell you why, but there's a golf ball in the header. And check out the fact that I'm literally trying to sell fossil watches and the Wall Street Journal on a page that I'm trying to sell people on how I can help them grow their network marketing business. I mean, this thing was awful, but it was effective in what I was trying to do with it. Guess what I talked about on these capture pages? Just like I've told you to do, I simply told people about this great secret that I had learned from my mentor being Mike Dillard, even though I had never even met him or talked to him, and how it had changed my business forever, and that I would never go back to building my business the way that everyone else was. I told them to opt in, and I would send them my 10-day Score at Will and Network Marketing newsletter series. One of the craziest parts about all this was that when I started my marketing campaigns on Google, sending people to capture pages to get my free newsletter, I had not even written the newsletter yet. Every night for 13 days after I got my first leads, I stayed up until the early hours in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, writing the next day's newsletter so that I could send them out to my new prospects the following day. And get this, I didn't originally have any autoresponder or database in place to capture my leads or send out the newsletters. I didn't even know anything like that existed. I was about as clueless as it gets when it comes to technology and any sort of automation tools. With my first online system, I started out doing literally everything manually by myself. Through a simple PHP script on my site, my server would email me my leads when they opted in. You can see one of these actual leads back from September of 2005 coming in for the Score at Will site. This is how I gathered my leads. Then I would copy their information one by one out of every email that I got onto a spreadsheet, making sure to keep track of the dates that they came in so that I could make sure which newsletters I had to manually send them from day to day over the next 13 days out of my personal Gmail account. I would copy and paste the newsletters, the emails that said go here to get your next newsletter, out of a notepad document and mail them individually to all of the prospects based on the given day when they came in. So if they came in today, I'd mail them issue number 1 today, and then I'd manually mail them issue number 2 tomorrow and issue number 3 the day after that, all the way through for 13 days. And I had to organize all of this for all of the leads that were coming in based on when they came in and what newsletter they should be getting at this point. It was awful, freaking crazy. Through the newsletters, I proceeded to sell them a few things, okay? I sold a simple membership that came with training, the ability to use my quote-unquote system. I told them that I would set up a Google ad campaign for them, which this is key, and I sold them the Magnetic Sponsoring book and a couple of other affiliate programs. Now, I say this is key because as we're talking about creating your own product, and as we're talking about starting to borrow the story of another guru, you're going to want to try and figure out something that you can do to add value to it. So that's how you create that first initial product. Yeah, I was talking all about magnetic sponsoring and Mike Dillard in there, but I added in a piece that was very valuable for people at the time who were scared of Google AdWords. And I said, hey, I'll set up a Google ad for you. I'm having good luck. I'm getting good leads. Let me go ahead and set that up for you. So it's key that you add in your own value into the equation, but it's also key, based on what I did here, that I was willing to set up Google ad campaigns for people, because what that actually allowed me to do was get people to give me their money so that I could market my own system. So they were using my system, my pages, my story, branding me, and I was saying, hey, just give me some money and I'll market it for you. So I'm doing the same thing that I'm already doing for myself and other people, just hit copy and paste inside of Google, and now I've got more money to spend on my marketing budget that I didn't have to come up with. So that's a key that you're going to want to remember as you're trying to figure it out. Maybe you're going to want to go set up a Facebook ad campaign and really crack the code on Facebook. Maybe go find a Facebook course or something so that you can do something like that for your first people that come into the system, that come into your system or buy your product. And that way, you're taking their money, which is good for them because you're generating affiliate commissions and leads for them as well. But it's also a way for you to continue to grow your list and continue to grow your exposure by using their cash. So that's a little asterisk there about why that's key. So I was selling them a membership, which had some training. I was selling them the ability to use my system, the Google ad campaign, and then the magnetic sponsoring book, which is what I was talking about all through my newsletters, and a couple of other affiliate programs. I remember I've generated well over 7,000 or 8,000 leads for Mike Dillard when I was selling his magnetic sponsoring book, tens of thousands of dollars in sales, and that's where it all started for me, was using his story, talking about him, telling people they should learn from him, throwing in my own special sauce with the Google ad campaign, and that's where my system started taking off. At first, before I got more experience under my belt, the training that I was offering simply consisted of, this is what I learned from Mike Dillard, you should go buy his book. And then I would make sure that they were buying it through my affiliate link. And as I started to learn more, I started to teach people on conference calls and things about how to go get traffic, where they should go find traffic, and different social networks and places that they could go to get traffic along with the Google ads that I was doing for them. But pretty much the gist of my training was, hey, this is what I learned from Mike, go buy his book, which was pretty sweet and pretty easy to do. Looking back and knowing what I know now, the system was about the most ridiculous thing that I can think of anyone ever doing. I've already showed you how the lead system worked and me emailing people out, but if you understand, when someone signed up for my system, I literally copied by hand, manually, all of the HTML pages that I had put together for myself. I made sure that the PHP scripts on the server was sending the leads to their email address as well as mine, so that they could have the lead to do what they want with, and then I could have the lead so that I could manually send out their newsletters for them, from them, on their behalf, with their name, as if it was them sending it out. Okay? Now, the extent of my affiliate tracking was that for each new quote-unquote system that I gave away or that I sold, I created a special PayPal product button, so I could track which affiliate the new customer was signing up from based on what quote-unquote product with specific identifiers the person brought. Then, once a month, I would manually export the PayPal history, put in a spreadsheet, sort it by product, and then total up all the sales that each affiliate had made so I could manually calculate their commissions and then go into PayPal and pay all of the affiliates one by one. This page literally gave my wife an anxiety attack when she read it a few minutes ago, because it reminded her about how much this sucked. I remember every the 15th of every month when I was supposed to pay commissions, I dreaded paying commissions because this process would take me hours and hours to complete. Again, absolutely crazy. My wife just looked over my shoulder and asked, now why are you telling them all of this? Okay? You might be wondering the same thing. Now here's why. Here's the reason I went into all of this. Your first product does not need to be perfect or anywhere near perfect. Okay? Quit procrastinating. Quit overcomplicating it. Quit feeling like you don't have anything of value to teach. Just go take action, okay? Even with as terrible as my first system was, it was still one of the best decisions I ever made. I dove right into the deep end, not even knowing how to swim. And within about 9 months, I had used that little rinky-dink system to generate my first 7,000 plus leads and made over $30,000 in my first year. More importantly, though, I created my first real story. I started to make a name for myself in the industry. I had a following of fans who desperately wanted to work with me. I had succeeded in accomplishing what Mike referred to in his magnetic sponsoring book. I had become magnetic. People were attracted to working with me. I was quickly able to leverage that story and my new magnetic influence to build some large organizations in a few different opportunities. One of my best was one which I recruited more than 400 new distributors, putting my partners and I at the 3rd highest pay rank in the company in less than 2 weeks. And the ride has only gotten more exciting from here. Since then, I've done exactly what you'll want to do next. I've continued to rewrite my story, making sure to update it with all of my new success, just like you're going to want to do with your new successes. Recognize that your story will never be complete. So long as you are always growing, always learning, and applying that new knowledge, you'll continue to have more and more success, and you'll continue to have more and more to teach your students. Since the Score at Will system, I've rewritten my story and launched new, updated products and systems every couple of years, with each achieving new heights of success. I launched the Prosperity Freedom Builder system in late October of 2007, and by January I had generated over 7,000 more leads and $150,000 in sales. Then, some crazy circumstances and some partner conflict, I walked away from the Prosperity Freedom Builder and I built my greatest system success to date. In April 2008, I launched the Spiderweb Marketing System, and it was epic. By the end of April, it had grown to 30,000 new members. Then it exploded from there, and for a while consistently bringing in 3,000 to even 8,000 new leads per day, new members per day actually. In less than 18 months, it grew to well over 550,000 members and it generated more than $1.5 million in sales. And I was able to build a downline of 31,000 people in 176 countries, all without ever talking to more than just a handful of them personally. Along with as many as 12 other streams of income from various affiliate programs and other opportunities, some of which I built into 17,000, 18,000 people in my downline and other opportunities. Then in 2009, I killed it. Now that's a long story. I don't even want to get into that or why. But to this day, I'm still getting between 20 and 50 leads per day to my Spiderweb websites that basically just say, I killed it, fill in the form, and I'll tell you what's next. And now I'm doing it all over again. It's been a couple of years and it's time for me to rewrite my story. It's time for me to come out with my next system, and so that's what I've done. If you want to be a part of my next internet phenomenon, join us at 5minutemonopoly.com. Hopefully I've helped open your eyes in this video to the importance of building out and marketing yourself and your own products, and helped you see that it will be easier than you think. If you want a specific step-by-step system to follow to get where you want to go, come on over to the 5-Minute Monopoly system and we'll be glad to help you figure out exactly what it takes for you to get started regardless of what level you're at. Whether you're at the brand new level and you just need someone that will hand you a website and show you how to customize it, only doing it better than I did by actually using autoresponders and other automated things so that you're not doing everything yourself, and then allowing you to go out and give away other systems and websites that I'll hand to your people for you, all customized for them. If that's where you want to start, great. If you're ready to get in and start creating your own product, we have everything and every step that you need to do there, as well as getting traffic and everything that you need to really get your system rolling. all the way up to if you want your own full-on spiderweb or Monopoly type system. We even have a solution for that as well, to take you all the way from where I was all the way to where I am today, all inside of one system. And that's the 5-minute Monopoly system. So come on over and join us there.